Hello everyone, once again my name is Nicholas Harrison.
Yeah.
This is going to be my persuasive speech today for Professor Muir's 1311 of speech. So, I want to get started by saying every day many families in Texas are struggling to pay their housing rent. It's become a dire situation that many Texans are going through every single day, which is leading to homelessness and just families struggling. I decided to talk about this topic today because of whenever I make my commute or go out, I always see families that are homeless or are struggling to make ends meet with trying to buy necessities at the store. They spend all their money on home rent, they can't afford anything else, and they're just really struggling to make ends meet. And I'm sure many of us have gone through the good or bad when it comes to paying our housing rent. We've maybe had one good month where we're able to pay everything, we have money left over. And then there's one month where we may not have rent money or money to afford anything else, and that's what's happening to these families. So imagine 1 month of struggling for yourself, but then imagine other people struggling for years because they can't afford anything, especially unaffordable housing is the biggest problem that affects them. So today I will be discussing unaffordable housing, how the Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation is trying to help this problem, and how we as a community would look like with and without the support of others to help this problem. So it's no fact that every single day many families are struggling in Texas. The percentage of Texans that are struggling every day are rising. As mentioned on Texas Tribune's website, which was last accessed on January 21st of 2020, an author named Juan Garnham mentioned that in 2008, there was 1.3 million Texans that were homeless. See, by 2018, that number rose to 1.7 million. So every day, every year, there's more Texas families struggling with rent and becoming homeless, living on the streets, and just are really struggling every single day. And it's not only that, but because many families are struggling to pay rent, they are becoming homeless. And with how many families are becoming homeless, these numbers are rising daily. In fact, as mentioned on Texas Tribune's website, which was last accessed on December 23rd, 2019, an author named Megan Menchaca mentioned that the U.S. Department of Housing and Development surveyed millions of Texans, and they surveyed actually millions of people nationwide. And they explained there were 9 per 10,000 people in Texas that were homeless. Compared this to nationwide of all 50 states, it was 17 per 10,000 per capita. So in Texas, we have the worst homeless rate in all of the United States. And this is happening for families not being able to afford affordable homes. So if these numbers rising daily, as mentioned by an Institute for Urban Research's website, an author named William Fulton even pointed out that the truth of the matter, housing in Texas is becoming less and less affordable every single day. So now that we've talked about the problem at hand for many Texans and all of us, let's talk about a solution that's being done to help this problem. So one solution as mentioned on the Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation website is they actually encourage property donations. So what property donations are is people, landlords, businesses, they donate their houses they don't use anymore. Foreclosed, rundown houses, businesses and buildings. They get all of these houses and buildings and they give it to these people to actually fix up these houses. This website, this organization, they fix up this website and are able to give these homes to people that really need them and are able to finally afford them. Another solution as mentioned on the Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation website last accessed in December of 2020, they encourage properly related investments. So what this does, we donate our time or our money or just our voices to help speak to developers to make housing more affordable for families that really need it. Instead of making housing more towards those of higher income, it could be for everyone. So now, I know some of you may be thinking now, but our Texas economy is really good, right? We have hot housing markets all around us. We see new housing being built. In fact, on Forbes' website, which was last accessed on July 23rd of 2020, an author named Brad Hunter mentioned that there is new home permitting activity like in cities like Houston. For the first half of the year in 2019, it was booming. Compared to now, sales are at the most active and the most largest in 2020, compared with the same period of last year. So, though that is true, though there's new housing being built around us every single day, and that there's new apartments and buildings and just different housing, many of us kind of say like, well, why is there homelessness going on? Why are families struggling to pay rent? We can now concur that because new housing is being built, it's not being aimed towards low-income families, it's being aimed towards those of higher income, and it's leaving low-income families out in the dust, basically. So now that I've talked about a solution and the problem at hand and how many others may disagree with this problem, I'm going to talk about how our community would be like with and without the support of others to help this problem. So without the support to help this problem, we'll continue to see a bunch of families struggling every single day, not being able to afford their rent or their necessities or bills, and that numbers are rising daily. It'll keep on rising. However, with the support of our family, being able to actually help this problem and access this non-organization profits website, we're able to see an increase actually of people being helped now. Many families won't be struggling as much, and we won't see homelessness on the street as much as we used to. It's a small step, but it'll actually be worth it in the end, okay? So now that I discussed unaffordable housing, how the Texas State Affordable Housing Corporation is trying to help this problem, and what we can do with and without a community, there's various ways in which we can start. So one way is we could donate funds to this nonprofit organization. By donating funds to this organization, we're actually able to keep this organization up and running, to continue to do the same thing they always do, which is help unaffordable housing for Texans, you know? Another thing which is so crucial, we can share on social media this website and the problem going on. We're able to share something so fast these days. We can share what problems are going on all around us, this website, and how these people are struggling. We can actually really help many people by sharing. The last thing we can do is donate our personal belongings, necessities to people that need them. You see, so many people put so much money on their housing rent, they're not able to afford anything else, like a couch maybe, or a chair, or a bed. By donating our personal belongings and necessities, we can make their lives easier every single day by doing so. So for more information about how you can learn about this organization, you can visit their website at tsahc.org. That is again tsach.org to find more information about how you can help and how you can make a difference for these families. Now, I want to end on this thought here. Affordable housing may seem like a dream for many families. It may seem like something they can never really grasp or have a reality for. But with the help of our community and everyone else around us, we'll continue to see these dreams actually become a reality.